And welcome to the Lyons Share. I'm your host, Mitch Lyons, with this week's weekly episode of the Lions on Lions analysis of the Detroit Lions and their win over the Green Bay Packers. What a game. But before we get to that, remember this episode and all are brought to you by Mitch Lyons Wealth, your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement. Check us out at MitchLyonsWealth.com. We've got a lot of great free tools on there. Order a book, a movie, use the free tax tool to see how much you'll pay to the IRS in retirement. But MitchLyonsWealth.com. But geez, last night, Thursday night game, Green Bay Packers come into Ford Field. Really, I think a lot of the Lions fans felt like this was going to be a game we were probably going to have trouble winning, just based on pure injury situation on defense, especially. I mean, Taylor Decker was out at left tackle again. I thought Dan Skipper stepped in, did a good job again. But obviously our defense has been decimated with injuries, and they just keep rolling guys in. I mean, you got guys running around out there. I'm got to look at my roster to see who's even playing. But credit Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator. I mean, he's got a new roster every week, it seems like, and they're bringing guys in off the street, signing them off the practice squad, bringing them up, and the ship just keeps rolling. They held them to 7 points in the first half. Green Bay got it going a little bit the second half, with a help with a turnover, Jared Goff interception that gave them a short field. But, geez, I mean, the Lions, this team is just so resilient. They just keep finding a way. The offense looked sharp. Short of the interception in the second half there that Goff threw. But, I mean, Tim Patrick's stepping up. What an addition this guy's been. 6 catches, 40-some yards, a couple touchdowns. He's blocking hard on running plays. And he's just been a great addition and a real upgrade at that third receiver. J-Mo had a few great catches. Amon-Ra wasn't as a focal point as normal, but I think that's because the Packers are, overplaying him, and that opens up things for other players. Sam Laporta with a huge catch down the stretch after dropping one. That was kind of a critical drop. He makes a heck of a catch to keep a drive alive in crunch time. So there's a lot to love here. I mean, Dan Campbell, fourth and 1 or 1.5 from your own 29. And hey guys, get used to it. This is how he rolls, right? I mean, I know people are like, what are you doing? But that's just what he does. And then he, instead of kicking the field goal on 4th and inches, I like the call too. I like the call. Go for it. Don't even give him the ball back. Don't give him the chance to pull out a miracle or tie the game back up with a field goal. Just trust your line, trust David Montgomery. And then we all about had a heart attack when Jared Goff got his foot stepped on and could barely get the ball into Montgomery's belly. But great job keeping his feet there and delivering the ball to Montgomery. And the line, again, just steps up, blows a hole. He gets 6, 7, 8 yards, whatever it was. And then Jake, the Snake Bates, just keeps on rolling. I mean, 1 miss on the year, a number of game winners. He's been just a real find, after we lost our Michael Badgley in early on in camp with a torn hamstring. So kind of a Wally Pipp story. I don't think we're going to see Badgley back in a Lions uniform the way Bates is going. So, but just an amazing game. They clinch a playoff spot, which is not really. I think they all have higher goals. But hey, let's not make light of the fact it's 2 playoffs in a row now. But what they're playing for bigger fish. Obviously the number 1 seed is going to be critical. This game certainly helped in that, and it pretty much put Packers out of that talk. With now the Lions with 3 games on them, plus 2 head-to-heads. It's the Vikings. The Vikings keep rolling. I think it's going to come down to that last game at Ford Field against the Vikings, which will be an electric atmosphere. But a few games to go before then. But this one was definitely, the one on the schedule that I looked at, and I said, geez, if you take a loss there, it's understandable, right? I mean, just dealing with a lot of adversity, but this team just doesn't seem to care. Like Dan Campbell says, they don't make excuses. They just step up and they keep making plays. And, it's overplayed at this point, but this team has grit, and you learn a little bit more about them every single week, and they just keep finding a way, and it's really fun to watch. As a long-suffering Lions fan, it's hard to get used to, right? I mean, going into every week thinking that all right, we're gonna play this Green Bay team, which most of the country agrees is a great team, and yet you just go in and you just find a way and you get it done. And good teams do. And this team is a great team. 11 straight wins, 12-1. Lions fans, did you ever think you'd see a time in your life when your team would be 12-1? I didn't. So 4 more regular season games to go. We just got to keep the grind on. Hopefully somebody can knock the Vikings off, but I have a feeling it's going to come down to that last game at Ford Field. So hold on to your hat, Lions fans. Enjoy the ride, and let's get in those playoffs. Let's get 2 home games to make it to the first Super Bowl in Lions history. Let's go. One pride. Keep it rolling. Again, thanks. This is Mitch Lyons, and again, subscribe, like, comment if you would, and share. We've got some great guests coming on next week. Bob Guinea, Bachelor Bob, many of you might remember. So check that out next week. Until then, have a great weekend, everybody. See you.